Hey, Aspen Mountain peeps, happy Thursday to you. We're almost there to the end of the week. Hopefully your kids aren't driving you too nuts in the house. Hopefully things are going well. Hopefully you're staying inside where it's safe and you're getting things done around the home. Honeydews maybe, huh? Hey, if you're watching this on Facebook, type in live. If you're watching live, type it in replay. If you're watching replay, keep posting where you're from. I love seeing all the different places that are watching us. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, hit the little bell. You'll get notifications every time we come on. Hopefully it's posting within about 24 hours from when we do the video. So I got asked a question the other day, and as I was discussing it with the individual, I realized that it would probably make a good live, a really good live. And so today what we're going to talk about is the drain and waste and vent system and how it works and why it's so necessary to have it in place the way we do. Now, we all know that we have drains in our house, and as we flush our toilet or we use the sink, that water that we're using goes down that drain and out to the street somehow. And then most of us can see as we're driving by on top of the roofs, the white pipe or the black pipe or the metal pipes coming outside the roofs, the vents. So why do we have those? Let me go into this diagram right here. I want to show it to you. And flip it around real quick. I'm going to explain a little bit here. This is a diagram I found that I thought would explain it the best. So basically, this is what it would look like inside your walls and inside your roof. We as plumbers would call this an isometric plan, because an isometric plan is what would show from the ground up on a lateral or a horizontal look. So basically what you have is you have all your drains right here from your sink and your toilet and your vanity or whatever that is, and then you got your laundry and all this other stuff coming down, and that ties into this stack coming down in the main. All right, and then if you notice, everything has a vent coming back up, and all those vents tie into here, and then it goes through the roof through what they call the roof vent. Okay, now this cleanout's a little too low. It should be inside the house, and then there within 3 foot of the house there should be another cleanout. So basically, why do we have it built like on this system? And the best way I can explain it is there's several different reasons why we have it built this way. First of all, you need airflow in order to help the flow of the drain. Now we put the drains on a natural pitch, usually an eighth of an inch per foot inside the house and outside or inside the house, and a quarter of an inch per foot drop on the outside of the house, in order to give it the pitch it needs, that slope, so it runs downhill. In this picture, you can see it looks kind of flat, but I'm sure there's pitch on it. Then everything ties into a vent, okay? Now, depending on how many fixtures you have, decides on how many vents you need, okay? Some fixtures, such as a laundry, are counted as a double fixture, and so it needs a vent on its own. Now, as a plumber, excuse me, as a plumber, I would vent every sink on its own, and then I would tie the toilet and the tub into that sink. Now, there's 2 reasons we have ventings. First of all, I talked about was to help with the flow. The second of all is to escape gases. And third, and probably the most important, is it gives equal pressure on both sides of the pipe from where that trap sits. If you look underneath your sinks, you have a little thing that looks like a U, and then it goes into the wall. That's called a P-trap. Now, tubs have them as well. Tubs and showers have them as well. And so do floor drains. And basically what that does is it keeps a little bit of water inside it and doesn't allow any of those gases coming up from the sewer to come back up through and into your home. It forces it to escape through the vent. Having that vent keeps that water in that trap. If we didn't have that vent, as that water was flowing from the one side where your drain would be into the back of the wall or underneath in the tub, as it hit that main stack, if there was no vent, it would siphon that trap completely dry. So it would take all the water out of that trap, allowing gases to escape through that pipe. So that there's 4 different reasons right there that we have vents going through the roof. Now, I had a question the other day. Why is it so necessary? And I want you to take, for an example, just a bottle. Just like my soda bottle here, okay? and you take that bottle and you flip it upside down, okay, and you try to drain it, okay, it's going to drain, but it'll just be like a drizzle. Now, the best way to explain it is to drill a hole in that cap and see how much comes out. It'll just be a drip. But if you drilled a hole to the top side, it would drain out with a solid flow. And the same concept goes for the vent going through our roof. If you have a full pipe of water, say you flush your toilet and it fills that pipe, with that vent at the top of the roof, it allows it to drain out in a fast manner, not just a slow drip. And so that would be the best way to explain it, so you could see it on a demonstration level, is just take a water bottle, drill a hole in it, or poke a hole with a pin in the bottom of the cap, and then lift it upside down, and you'll see it just drip. And then when you punch a hole in the top, on the bottom end of that bottle, as you got it upside down, you'll see it start to flow. And the same thing happens with our gas jugs that we use for our lawnmowers, or our snow blowers, or whatever, or four-wheelers or motorcycles. When we go to tip that gas up, we got to open a vent on the top in order for it to flow perfectly. If not, it'll just go glug 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 glug, and it won't flow continuously. So that's a good example of how a vent and a drain work. Now, what if that vent gets plugged up? Hey, Dan, thanks for joining us. What if that vent gets plugged up? And this happened, actually, Dan, it happened to Dan's sister. If it gets plugged up, it's going to cause the same thing. You're not going to be able to have a drain. It'll cause slow draining. You might get smells coming back up into the house because it's not allowing to flow out. You might get some gurgling when you flush the toilet. What do you do? Well, that's when you call us professionals, come out and take our snake, and we'll run it down through the vent. Now, if it's on a kitchen line, I'll run it down the vent till it's past the kitchen sink, and then I'll go on the kitchen sink side and snake it over and make sure that we've got it cleared out all the way to the main. Now, when we do that, what we're doing is we're punching that hole in and allowing that to drain. Sometimes you'll be able to hit it, you'll feel something, and it'll just all of a sudden flush. And that's because you got your vent going in place. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Let's flip it back over again of what it looks like. It's very important to keep that in mind, that that's how your system looks inside the walls. So what if the plumber that did it didn't put a vent on the system? Now, I've seen this a lot. In these older homes here in Rock Springs, we'll go into the home, and the laundry line is directly underneath the kitchen sink. But the vent going up through the roof is only 1.5 inches. And so if you don't have the right size vent going through the roof, it can cause a restriction and not allow enough airflow. Especially with a washing machine, the way the washing machine dumps out water in the drain, if you don't have a big enough vent, it won't be able to keep up with it. Now, there's ways of resolving it. You can put in what they call an auto air vent to allow more airflow to come into it. But the best thing to do is to go up in the attic and cut that out and make it into a larger pipe. A larger diameter pipe allows for more airflow, which allows for that drain to flow better. Hopefully that gave you some information. Hopefully that gave you something to think about. Friday night, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., we're going to be doing the Gold Leaf Show, very first Gold Leaf Show ever. We're going to have Emily Lopez of High Country Realty on. She's a broker realtor. We're going to talk real estate. And then I got another one planned coming up with Mr. Jesse Wilkinson. As soon as he gets through his little things that he has to get through, we're going to do another interview with him about life insurance, auto insurance, and home insurance. And we're going to keep doing this until this coronavirus is gone. I want to give you guys some entertainment. I want to give you something to watch and something to do. And hopefully it'll educate you and teach you. Now, I'm also running a program on my own. The old folks are having issues. This virus really affects the older folk and the folk with bad lungs. If you're one of those individuals and you don't want to go outside your home and you need your food picked up or something picked up anywhere, give Aspen Mountain Plumbing a call, 307-922-4413. We personally will come over in our truck, pick it up for you, and deliver it to you without a charge. We want to help our community out in this time. We know that everybody's stuck inside the house. We're having to go out anyways to service homes. We've already gotten permission from everybody to do that. Let us know. We'll come get that from your home or from that store and bring it to you, or whatever you need. We can help out. I've been in contact with the Chamber of Commerce and a group that's getting together to do some canned goods, but they're probably going to push it till the end of April because everybody's going into kind of a lockdown system in their home, and they don't want to be out and exposing people to different illnesses. So the best thing for you to do right now, if you need something, is to call us. We'll come and take care of it. We're out and about. So just call us. We'll get on the schedule and we'll get you taken care of. If my guys are busy on jobs, I'll come personally out of the office and take care of it for you. We have the permission to travel. We have the permission to be out and about, and nobody's going to say anything to us. We take that very serious. But again, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, the Gold Leaf Show. Our guest is going to be Emily Lopez. Looking forward to talking to her and getting to learn a little bit more about realty and the stuff going on here in the Rock Springs Green River area. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll catch you tomorrow.